Oh my God, something just happened. I just had a realisation and I feel like such a dummy, let me tell you. So you're about to watch a video of me going into my sheets that I've just bought, and all of that is fine, except I said that I had a double quilt on here, and I've actually ordered a queen quilt that I don't need because I've just remembered this is a queen. Oh, I feel right silly now. I was just looking at the bed and I was like, there's no way that that's a double quilt on a double bed, because I will talk to you about my whole upsizing tip. And now it has just all clicked that we have got a king in our bedroom and I put the queen in here. Ah, look, guys, I have just saved myself $79-89. I will have to go into the shop to return it, but that right there is just such a win. And that also means that the bed sheets that I'm about to talk to you about, I can now wash and then put on straight away. I'm buzzing! I mean, I feel like a dummy, but it's actually a really good thing. Anyway, I'm going to let you watch the video as it was recorded and just know that I'm saving myself extra dollars. Anyway, I hope you enjoy. So I am currently in the midst of styling the spare bedroom before my parents arrive. And let's just factor in, I only have a few weeks and a very small budget. So today I'm going to be opening up my parcel that literally just arrived from Sheet Society. Now, I think that it's the most obvious parts of the room that I want to change, and they're going to make the biggest difference. So the sheets is definitely one of them, and then this artwork that you can see behind me has got to go. This was very much when I was in my pink era, and then I've just put this neutral bedding on in the meantime to make it less pink in here. This bedding actually used to be in our bedroom, and I like it and all, but it's just so boring. It also has a bit of a weird feel to it now. It was like a linen, like a flax linen or something, and it just creases easy, and I just think it's a bit fugly, I can't lie. So I'm off it, I'm off this whole situation, and we're gonna spruce it up. I have actually been selling some stuff on Marketplace to help in terms of the budget. I haven't actually laid out a budget as such, like this is a specific amount that I want to spend on this room. It's more so been, okay, if we have the money to do it, then we'll put it towards the room if it's like extra. This is definitely not our priority. We are saving for so many other things, but it is a space that I just want to make feel a little bit more homely and more gorgeous to look at. And Joe even said to me, he's like, look, nobody ever goes in there. And I'm like, yeah, they do. Like, we have people stay with us. I have to look here every single day, and I just don't love what I see. I feel like our home as a whole has never been a space where we've been like, right, top to bottom, we're getting all these new things, or it doesn't necessarily have to be new, but we're not changing everything all at once. We've always done it bit by bit and just what we can afford at the time, especially because we live in rented. There's certain things that we can't do. So we also sold some artwork that was downstairs, and that had pink in it, and I'm just like off the pink. This is what I mean, like we've outgrown certain things, and those are things that we got along the way, and we couldn't just like change every single thing that we wanted to. So, you know, we had some artwork up in the hallway that had pink on it, and you know, it's just not cohesive with the rest of downstairs now, and that was like the last little thing. And upstairs, this is the only bit of pink we have left, I think. So Sheet Society, great experience so far. This came so quickly. I literally ordered it a couple of days ago. I have never ordered from them before, so I am really intrigued to see what it all feels like. As much as you could say I'm eliminating the colour from the house and going really neutral, I've always been such a neutral girly at heart anyway, I am trying to incorporate a bit more fun. So more patterns, just cosy, homely vibes, but still on the same colour palette, if that makes any sense. I'm trying to make neutral aesthetic fun, and I do think it can be done. So we'll unbox those in a minute, but basically I've got gingham, which I love gingham. I just think it's very cutesy, and that's kind of in this biscuit colour. And then I've got the solid biscuit in the pillowcases to kind of contrast it, because I love that about bed sheets. I love having the main quilt set and then then having something different for maybe the pillowcases behind, or maybe a European pillowcase, or maybe it's the flat sheet or the fitted sheet that's like a solid colour. And then you can also flip that. So eventually later down the track, I want to get a second set of sheets, and I would do the biscuit as the quilt set and then the gingham as the sheet and everything underneath. And I just think that would be really fun. This room to me is going to be very gingerbread, I feel. So gingerbread is the vibe, okay? That's the aesthetic we're going for. It will just be perfect for any season as well, which we love. We don't want to have to change the room according to the season. So let's open up these bed sheets. The box actually has a very useful tear here tab. And as someone that opens a lot of parcels, I really appreciate that. Thank you, Sheet Society. Oh my God, it looks so pretty inside as well. They've got like this really lovely tissue paper. I love that. I love the little touches. Guys, it's stunning. It's stunning. I'm just feeling it for the first time. Okay, let's talk through it. I will go into all of the costs in a sec, but that, guys, that is beautiful. And she just feels amazing. So the quilt cover is actually Leo washed cotton, which feels incredible. And then we also have the contrasting pillowcases in biscuit, which they're in this Eden cotton, and it's a bit more of a silky cotton, which, to be honest, I'm not usually a lover of. But it was between this and the linen, and I'm like, does linen go with the cotton? I'm sure it does, but the linen is also more expensive. So this today is going to be a big decision that I have to make on whether I go for this silky cotton. It's actually not that silky to the eye, I don't think. Or it is a little bit. Or do I go for the linen and like return these? Either way, I'm going to have to return these because I do want to get a European pillowcase, because that was another decision we were trying to make, was do we get a really nice boucle headboard to kind of tie into our bedroom aesthetic, or do we get European pillowcases because it's a little bit cheaper? And I think at the moment that's what we're going to have to do, because we actually don't have a headboard. You can probably see behind me we've got European pillowcases there at the moment, and it just allows for your guests to, you know, fully lean and sit up comfortably but without marking the wall. So I don't know how I feel about the Eden cotton. It does feel all right, but I'm just not a silky girl. This, for me, is like perfect for sleeping, because it almost feels like it wouldn't be too hot. It wouldn't be like scratchy and weird if like my nail catches it or something. Like, I get weird about all that stuff. And then here we have the matching pillowcases, which, let's get into the cost a sec, because this is kind of blowing my mind a little bit. So these biscuit pillowcases were $60. And I don't know, the silky feel actually makes it feel a bit cheaper to me than something like this. I don't really understand how this is cheaper. But these here, these pillowcases in the gingham were $50. Can someone please tell me, when did we start paying for quilt sets and pillowcases separately? Because I have only ever known it to be the case, no pun intended, that you get a quilt set and it comes with 2 standard pillowcases. When did we start charging for that separately? Because it is making everything ridiculously expensive. I mean, I get the idea of like mix and match, get the quilt cover. You don't need to have those pillowcases. You can get your own, but most of the time you want the matching pillowcases, right? Like, anyway, this is why I ended up going for Sheet Society, because I was initially looking at Adair's and they were doing the whole quilt set and pillowcases separately thing. And I was like, okay, I understand that people are doing that now, but I looked at one chocolate set and I'm pretty sure it was like $270, and it had like quite a big discount on it and didn't come with pillowcase. And I was just like, what? Who in their right mind is charging this much for bed sheets? It's a rip-off, honestly. Like, my linen lovers wasn't even going to touch the sides on that because it was still just, yeah, pricey. And saying that, Adair's actually had a really nice polka dot set. It was like a coconut milk or something they were calling it, and chocolate. That was like the colour scheme. So it was like a really lovely creamy base, and then it had like chocolate polka dots. But even though that was reasonably priced, do you think they had any in stock? No, obviously not, because people are trying to buy the cheaper one that's also nice and not wanting to pay hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars for a quilt set with no pillowcases included. I actually ordered a set from Next for our bedroom, and the only reason I didn't order from Next for in this room was because the sizing actually comes up different from UK to Australia, which is a bit annoying. So we've got a little bit of like excess sheet, but that quilt set came with the pillowcases, and guess what? It was like $120. Absolute bargain. The quality is amazing. Unfortunately for this room, yeah, it was the sizing thing, and also the fact that I didn't want the same sort of styles. I just wanted something a bit different. So the quilt cover we got in Queen, and this was $160. Not bad compared to, yeah, Adair's and the others. No hate on Adair's. I absolutely love it in there, but I just can't afford you at the moment. It's obviously worth noting that this also didn't come with a fitted sheet or flat sheet, anything like that. I do expect that to be separate. I'm hoping that when I've decided on if I want this silky little number or if I want linen, yeah, it even says sateen. Sateen. Who likes sateen? But yeah, I will get a fitted sheet depending on what I go for. I think a linen would be nicer for a fitted sheet. A little less sweaty. Do you know what I mean? So this is actually a double bed as well. And this is one of my hot tips. I actually learned this from my mum, was to always go a size up with the quilt. So I actually can't put these sheets on today, but the next video I do that's all about this room, then I will be sure to show you what it looks like, of course. But the reason I can't do that is because I have ordered a queen quilt. And yeah, this is a double. So I just think it always looks so much nicer when you have, say, a queen quilt and a double bed, to have that like overhang so that you're definitely not seeing the mattress, you're not seeing like too much of the bed frame. And also when you're in a bed like a double, which is relatively small by the way, it's just nice to have that extra bit of quilt to like cozy up to. Yeah, shout out to mum for that recommendation, because that is something that I made the mistake of in our first house here in Australia, and I just bought everything to fit the bed, and then I was like, oh, this doesn't look how it used to in my house, like my parents' house, and it's because my mum was doing the whole size up thing. So there you go. Highly recommend. You know, it's funny that I mentioned Adair's because I actually did order some artwork from there and this artwork is from there, which I think is stunning and gorgeous and all the things. It just doesn't fit the aesthetic anymore, but I'm really excited because this artwork it's beautiful, and I have seen it in person. Unfortunately, I didn't buy it in person, which would have saved me $30 in delivery. It's now sold out everywhere. But there you go, you live and you learn. That is on its way, and I can't wait to show you guys that because it is truly gorgeous. And yeah, just insane to me that a lovely, beautiful, large piece of artwork costs less than their bed sheets. Like, we're going to leave that there. We're going to park it. We're going to leave it, all right? I can't bang on about that any longer. Let me know in the comments what you would do. Would you go for this sateen? Ugh, now that I know it's sateen, I probably wouldn't have even bothered. But would you go sateen or would you go linen mixed with this kind of cotton? I think linen and this kind of cotton would go better, but they had the sateen in the pictures on the website, and I think that's why I chose it. Let me know what you think. I mean, I think you know where I stand on this situation at the moment. The really good thing about Chic Society as well is that they actually do free returns, so I won't have to pay to return these, which is so good. They do say you can get it out and have a feel for yourself, but to be honest, I feel like I've felt enough. I will just quickly get this out so that you can see it. And I also think the quilt is a zip, which is new. I've never had a zip up quilt. It's always been buttoned. It's amazing. It feels amazing. It looks amazing. I am just obsessed, really. A moment for the pattern as well, because that is cool. It's fun, right? It's not just your typical neutral bedding like this boring old thing. Yeah, I love those. And it's got a deep, whatever this bit is called, you know, where you like put the pillow in and then like tuck it over. I like that. Some of them are actually really short and then the pillow just comes out and it's really annoying. So this bit here is the zip, and it's actually just really lovely quality. I don't know if you can see that, but there's like a little button on the corner, which is obviously like their logo sort of thing. Honestly, I'm a bit jealous. I can't lie. I would actually really love this in our bedroom. No, I'm going to keep it in here. It actually goes better in here, but I would have this in a heartbeat. And to be fair, I can't have it anyway because our bedroom has a queen and therefore we have a king because of my whole rule. So that makes things a little bit easier, but I love it. I'm jealous. This is going to look stunning when it all comes together, trust me. So anyway, that is a total of $270 spent on bedding so far, but that figure is going to change when I change those pillowcases. It will end up being more. I cannot wait to show you what this room is going to look like. And it won't be long. It won't be long, guys, because like I said to you, I've only got a couple of weeks to do this all in. Hopefully my quilt arrives, which is just from Kmart, by the way, in the next couple of days. So I will update you then. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you next time.